Aloha, my name is Alan Joaquin. I'm the founder of Farm Roof. We're a company that designs, installs, and maintains organic rooftop farms. Today I wanted to take you for a tour of the Castle Medical Center green roof. We're standing at Castle Medical Center's farm roof. It's 1,000 square feet. This is the 4th farm roof that we've installed. The entire system is sitting on top of an existing roof that was not designed for a farm roof, which is kind of the thing that we specialize in, is repurposing existing buildings. The thing that makes the farm roof system really unique is our growing module. We actually have a patent filed on the system. What it is a self-contained growing system. It has a built-in irrigation system that pressure regulates and puts out a precise amount of water. The growing media is contained in this engineered geotextile. It's designed to allow the growing media to breathe and to freely drain. It also makes sure that it's porous enough to let water out, but also keep the growing media in. The nice thing about this modular system is everything is connected male to female with a very easy hose threaded connection and O-rings. And if we do have a problem in one of these modules, which occasionally we'll have an issue with a damping off or some other pathogen, soil pathogen issue or a disease issue in one of the modules, we could take this module out of service, and it's being isolated from the rest of the farm, and we can replace it with a new module, take this old module that's diseased or has problems, compost it down, and then put it back into circulation at a later date. So what it does is it compartmentalizes all of our different growing modules so we can isolate issues as they come up on a case-by-case basis and not necessarily have to take out a huge section of the farm. Okay, so the entire system, again, is a ballasted system. It's weighted down by the growing modules and also by our border here. And what we're doing is using a compost filter sock. This particular style of compost filter sock is called a bio-sock. And if we pull that aside, what we see is all of our different layers. We have our roof protection membrane, which is an air gap that goes on top of the existing membrane. We have a Firestone EPDM membrane on top of that. Then we have another drainage board layer on top of the membrane. Then we have a layer of padding and our synthetic turf. So all these layers make up the farm roof system. We can engineer it to contain different layers with different weight characteristics and different water absorptions. It all depends on the goals and objectives of the project. This entire rooftop farm is fed by a 3/4 inch hose bib. When this farm is being watered, it uses approximately 2.5 gallons per minute. So it's a very low water usage system. The entire rooftop farm has a weight of 8 pounds per square foot, so it's extremely lightweight as well. Again, the system is ballasted, so at a later time, if the hospital wants to remove the farm roof, the entire thing could come off the roof. There's no roof penetrations or any other type of patchwork that would have to be done when the system's removed, and it would essentially return the roof into service in a condition that was the same as or better than if the farm wasn't installed. I brought a lot of organic farmers up to the rooftop farm up here at Castle, and they're all pretty envious about the lack of weeds. That's one of the nice things about our system. If you notice, you don't see any weeds growing, and that's because we're in a very controlled environment. We start off with a weed-free, compost-based growing media, and really don't have any issues with weeds, so it cuts down a lot of the labor. The nice thing about this system, it's very flexible. What we're doing is we're growing microgreens in the majority of the modules, and the process is we plant the seed, we top dress it, and we provide it water through the irrigation system. And then in 2 weeks' time, we get to the harvest stage, which is what's happening here. We're harvesting the microgreens. These microgreens go downstairs to the cafeteria. They get processed, washed, and packaged, and then gets redistributed to the customers of the hospital through their bistro, which is their restaurant, and also it gets provided into patients' meals. Everything that we do out here on the roof is direct seeded. So we don't transplant anything. We don't start it in the seed house and then bring it out to the field. We direct seed everything, which allows for a quicker harvest time, but it also presents a set of problems, especially with the birds. So the birds here at Castle Medical Center got used to all this seed being out here and started calling their friends, and started to become a real big problem. So we had to create these PVC frames that we put bird netting over, and What we do is we germinate the seeds, keep them covered for a week, and then after a week we remove these frames and then we rotate it to the next row of crops. So the process is pretty simple. Essentially, after we harvest the greens, we pull up all the root mass, we reseed, we re-top dress, and we repeat that cycle. That's a 2-week cycle for the microgreens that we're growing here. And then after a year, we take these modules off the roof, we put it into a machine, it mixes up all the growing media, we add additional compost, additional organic ingredients, adjust the soil structure and the nutritional qualities of the soil based on our soil test. And then we repackage the modules and we bring them back up to the rooftop. We're very heavy into making sure that the soil's healthy, that keeping the life below the root zone in a happy and balanced nature. We do a lot of things that contain micronutrients. We do 70 different minerals and trace elements. We add indigenous microorganisms and essential microorganisms. We're constantly playing with different ways of boosting production and keeping the soil healthy. Because we're continually using the same growing media, like in this scenario, every 2 weeks we're replanting, and that's going to take place for a period of a year. It's real important that we keep that soil very, very healthy and disease-free. And the only way we can do that is by introducing a lot of organic ingredients into the profile as we operate the farm. One of the unique things about our system is it's scalable and reproducible, and it can all be brought up to a rooftop on pallets. So it could come up through elevators, which is what we did here at Castle Medical Center, or it could even come up stairwells piece by piece. We're trying to create a system that can be replicated around the country and across the world without the use of heavy equipment or cranes or any other type of specialized equipment. So that's the farm roof system in a nutshell. If you want to learn more, visit www.farmroof.com. Thanks for your time and happy farming.